Power! She down there cooking some damn spam.
These simples.
Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance back at it again with another video. Today I'm talking about fragrance maceration. What is it? How do you do it? I'll be macerating 3 fragrances so I can give you guys an actual tutorial if you guys want to try this at home. I feel like the first thing we should talk about is what actually is fragrance maceration, what does it do, and how does it help your fragrances? So fragrance maceration is when you leave a fragrance in a dark, cool space from anywhere to 2 weeks to 2 months. In this case, we're going to be doing 1 month just for this, experiment. And pretty much what it does, if there's vanilla in that fragrance, that vanilla will become more prominent. If the fragrance doesn't last long or project like you expected it would, it can make it last longer and project better. And it can also make the fragrances smell a little bit better. If you get a fragrance and you're like, I don't really dig this scent, let it sit for about a month to 2 months, and then it'll actually smell a lot better than when you first got it. So I feel like what we should do now is actually talk about the 3 fragrances that I will be macerating today. So to be totally fair, I recorded this video yesterday, but my mic didn't pick up any of my audio. So these fragrances have already been macerating only for 1 day. So I'm not going to pull out the fragrances because they're already macerating. And with the fragrance, you don't want to pull them out to, throw them on while they're macerating. You want to let them sit completely unbothered. Now, yes, you can move them around, but you don't want them to, be affected by the light. You want them to stay in a dark, cool area. So the 3 fragrances I'll be macerating are Dolce & Gabbana The One EDT, YSL's La Nuit de l'Homme, and Maison Alhambra's Bright Peach. Dolce & Gabbana The One is a very beautiful, cooler weather fragrance, but you can wear it all year round. A very good scent. I do enjoy it, but it only lasts about 5 hours on my skin. La Nuit de l'Homme, a great date night fragrance, only lasts like 3 to 4 hours on my skin. Bright Peach, a very good, unique scent, and it only lasts about 6 hours on my skin. Now, it is the longest lasting out of these 3, but I've heard that this fragrance is beast mode after you macerate it, and I'm hoping to at least get, maybe 6-7 hours out of the one, 5 hours out of La Nuit de l'Homme, and hopefully around 8 hours with Bright Peach. Now let's get into actually how I've macerated these fragrances. So what you do is you grab your fragrance, you spray it 2 to 3 times, and you put it back in the box. You want to keep your cap on. I've seen some people say you always want to take your cap off, but I've seen more people say keep the cap on, so that's what you're going to do. And you're going to put them in the box. That's one of the most important steps that a lot of people miss. A lot of people will just put the fragrances in a dresser, in a closet, but they don't realize, yes, for the most part, it's going to be dark and cool, but that light is still going to affect it. Now, after you put these fragrances in their boxes, you can put them in a closet, in a dresser, anything like that. Or if you really want to go the simplest route, which is what we're going to do, I'm just going to be putting them in an empty shoebox. So after we've done 2 to 3 sprays on each fragrance, I did 3 sprays because you want to let some air get in there to actually macerate the fragrances. So we've sprayed these fragrances. Now I'm putting them in a shoebox. And I've set a timer for 1 month. So they've already, well, I guess not a timer, but a reminder for 1 month. So like I said, they've already been macerating for 1 day. So technically, if I wanted to, I could have redone everything over and over again. But if I already started, I didn't see a purpose in restarting everything. And I've just been storing these fragrances back here. It's one of the darkest spots. I cannot fit it under my bed. My bed is too low to the ground. I might move it somewhere else, but that's going to be it for the first part of this video. I'm not making this a part 2, so there'll be a cut. But when the cut is back, it'll be a month from now. So I'll see you all in a month and we'll check up on these colognes. All right, it's been a month. We're going to go over the fragrances separately. The first one I'm going to go over, Maison Alhambra's Bright Peach. This was my fragrance of the day. So I know the most about this one, which is why I'm going to cover it first. I have all these fragrances already sprayed on my wrist. I feel like that's probably important to tell you. So with Bright Peach, like cognac, it's a lot more boozy now, which in turn kind of gives it this more kind of like sweet feel. This is already a sweet fragrance, so it made it a little more sweeter and a little more boozy. And I noticed I probably got about an hour or 2 of extra longevity. So this went from like a 5 to 6 hour fragrance to like a 7 to 8 hour fragrance. This stuff definitely got a lot more strong, which was definitely the goal with this whole experiment. But boozy, stronger, a little sweeter, beautiful, and I'm really happy with how this one turned out. The next one is going to be Dolce & Gabbana The One. One thing I do notice is I can actually smell this fragrance when I spray it. Normally, the only way I can smell this is if I do like 5 sprays, like right on my neck. I can actually smell this one off of just 1 spray. Obviously, yes, I am smelling it, but normally it would be very, very weak because this fragrance has just been reformulated along a lot of times, but it's a lot more tobacco heavy, and that cinnamon definitely comes out a lot more. So more tobacco heavy, more cinnamon, and as I said, is just stronger. So this one, if anything, just made it better for the cooler weather, but a lot more with those spices. So I'm happy with how this one turned out. And the last one that I kind of enjoyed, kind of didn't enjoy, La Nuit de l'Homme, smelling it right here. It's a little more floral and a little more powdery and definitely a lot stronger. Now, the thing with this fragrance is I really never enjoyed the opening. It's like a very cardamom heavy opening, kind of gives it this like tobacco, like spicy feel in the opening. I never really enjoyed it. One thing I did notice when I first sprayed it, I just got like this very sweet floral cardamom, which I actually really enjoy on the opening now. But I think it's very good. As I said, became a little bit more powdery and a little bit more floral. So I would say that this was all a success. You know, Maison Alhambra Bright Peach was the only one I can say I missed, doing this experience just because it's warmer out, which is when you're going to wear this fragrance. But I do have to say, it definitely is a success in my experience. I know some people debate if, fragrance maceration is even a thing. Is it just a big placebo effect? Obviously, because I have evidence and, specific evidence with one fragrance, it's not a placebo effect. So definitely try this out for yourself. I want to know a few things in the comments. First of all, like always, let me know what you think about my video. Second of all, what are some fragrances you've macerated? How did they improve? What are some fragrances you have macerating right now, if you have any? And are there any fragrances in your collections you might want to macerate? You obviously don't have to answer all 4 of those questions. Just answer 1 or 2 of them if you guys could. Also, make sure to drop a sub and a like if you guys are new. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Let me know if you want me to do more like experimental videos like this, or just kind of more like 101 videos, because you could say that this is kind of like a fragrance maceration 101 video. So make sure to let me know in the comments below. I hope you all have a great day. Thank you all for watching. Peace, everyone. Stay safe.